Hey Bulldogs, let's see what's happening this week in Code Blue News. First off, Vin tells us about the dangers of fake news and what it actually is at its core. Then, Brianna takes a look at a recent middle school field trip. Finally, Katori celebrates Black History Month by looking into Holbrook Middle High School's favorite black role models. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. Please be seated. Hey Bulldogs, I'm Dominic Costa.
And I'm Katori Nicholas. Welcome to Code Blue News.
For all students participating in the Culture Fair, there is a mandatory meeting after school today until 3:30. Please bring all the materials you will need with you and let Mr. Flanagan and Mrs. McCann know if there is anything else you will need. Any student who is not participating in the Culture Fair, be sure to mark your calendar for February 28th. It will be a night full of dancing, games, and food from all around the world.
The term fake news has exploded in use over the past couple years. Vin is here to dive into the topic as well as gather some opinions from different journalists on the spreading issue of misinformation.
You'll have known that the Oxford English Dictionary's word of the year for 2016 was post-truth. You'll also know that there are 3 books, no less than 3, no fewer than 3 rather, that have come out right now on that subject. And central to any argument about this post-truth landscape is fake news.
The somewhat newly minted term fake news has become prevalent in today's society. But what does it actually mean? The term fake news can be vague. The definition of fake news encompasses several forms of misinformation, such as political propaganda and sensationalist falsification. While some people take whatever they hear or read at face value, others believe that fake news is one of the largest problems of today. In fact, according to The Guardian, in 2019, half of Americans saw fake news as an even greater threat to the country than terrorism.
How would I define fake news? In the general sense, it's just stories that they're just fabricated from the beginning to the end. It's taken on different meanings, but in basics, they're stories that have been made up by someone.
Well, I think the key ingredient in fake news is intent. It's deliberately putting something out there that isn't true with the intent of some way manipulating public opinion.
Though it has always been around, the problem of fake news has worsened with the advent of social media, since misinformation could spread rapidly between people.
With the web, people don't know where they're reading their stories from. So they don't know what is a legitimate story. They just see a story as a story as a story. So they see a Facebook post or they see something on Twitter and they can't tell the difference.
One of the dangers, obviously, is that people will absorb it and use it as a basis on, say, how to cast their vote. And with the internet, that makes it especially difficult because somebody will see something and it's fake news, and without thinking they pass it on. And that way the fake news can get spread, very quickly.
And between the social media and the web, you can have millions and millions of people all around the world read it, and you've got your point across.
Now, that brings up the question, who creates fake news?
Anybody could create it. So, it's not one person. You and I can create it. You could write up stories about your school, or I could write up stories about your school, completely made up and fabricated. And I could put them online, I could put them on Facebook posts, I could put them on Twitter, I could put them on my blog, I could send them all around the world.
With all that in mind, it is crucial to know how to avoid fake news.
That's up to the reader. It's a responsibility of the reader, and that's why it's so tricky. The reader has to be aware of where they're going and what they're looking at. So if you're following a Facebook post, or if you're following a Twitter feed, or if you're going to a website, you know what you're getting into. So it's up to the reader to determine what is a legitimate source or not.
This has been Vin Wing with Code Blue News, and back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Vin. The 2020 primary elections have begun. The primaries are the elections in which political parties vote to elect their presidential candidate. Primaries are divided by state, and each candidate gets a last chance to campaign in the states for the majority vote. On Tuesday, the New Hampshire primary took place. Overall, Bernie Sanders won the state with 25.9% of the vote. Pete Buttigieg came in second with 24.4%, and Amy Klobuchar came in third with 19.8%. Sanders and Buttigieg both won 9 delegates, while Klobuchar won 6.
Joe Biden and Elizabeth Warren did not meet the 15% voicing threshold, so neither of them won any delegates. The next primary is being held in Nevada on February 22nd. In more global news, the coronavirus has officially killed more than 1,300 people and infected more than 60,000. The World Health Organization has said a vaccine could be ready in 18 months, but until then, countries will have to make do with the resources they have.
This Monday, reporter Brianna Graziano tagged along on a 6th grade field trip. Here's what happened.
Combining their love of music with science, Architect invited Holbrook 6th graders along with other schools to enjoy a truly electrifying performance surrounding the concepts of electricity, voltage and current, magnetism, robotics, and lightning through a show that's both entertaining and interactive. The performance featured Architect's signature singing Tesla coils and a completely automated robot drummer known as King Bee.
Well, the beginning of the show, they talked about the design process, and that's basically all we do in STEAM. We have a problem that we start with, we have multiple solutions that we come up with, we choose the best one, and then we work to create a prototype, modify the prototype, test it, and continue through that process until we have what we need. And that was what they showed us in the show.
They said stuff, but I don't really remember it because I wasn't really paying attention. I was covering my ears most of the time because I was scared that they were just going to have like an accident and something was just going to blow up.
At the beginning, I was like, my jaw was like so surprised. It was like dropped because it was so surprising. And also like the robot too, because I like to build robots because I really like to build stuff from my mind, especially like with Legos too.
My favorite part of the show was the bottle cans and when he like split them into half and then he made music with it. I thought that was pretty neat.
My favorite part was that they incorporated music because science and music are the two things that I love. So it was cool to see them use the design process to create machines that help them make music.
Because it's awesome. I like, because in STEAM and like what you're seeing, the robots and everything, especially like the funny parts is, you know, like with the funny parts, including the electricity part with the ball, where sometimes when the girls stand up in the hair, that's what Mr. Peps has actually kind of, and I did it once with him and it was very cool.
This has been Brianna Graziano with Code Blue News. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Brianna. The high school semi-formal dance will be on March 13th in the cafeteria from 6:30 to 9:30. Students in grades 9 through 12 can attend, and tickets are $15 each. Tickets will not be sold at the door.
Now on to news in sports. Last week, the Red Sox traded all-star outfielder Mookie Betts and pitcher David Price to Los Angeles Dodgers. The blockbuster trade was made official as of Monday. Price has signed to the Dodgers for the remainder of the 7-year deal. He originally signed with Boston. Betts' contract is a 1-year deal that will last him through the 2020 season until he becomes a free agent. Red Sox fans are hoping that after the season, Betts will return to the team instead of re-signing or going to a different team.
Any girls JV basketball player that still has their uniform must have it turned into Mr. Case by the end of the day today. Now, let's go to Marcus for the weekly sports update.
This week in sports on Monday, the boys varsity basketball team lost to Severian 60-44. On Wednesday, it was senior night, and the boys and girls played West Bridgewater. Both teams lost to West Bridgewater. The boys' game score was 77-69, and the girls were 40-30. Today, the boys' varsity basketball team plays away at 4:30 against Avon, while the girls play home at 3 o'clock. Come out to support your teams. Tickets are $2 for kids and $5 for adults. This has been Marcus Spencer with Code Blue News. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Marcus, and good luck to all athletes on the last games of the season.
The month of February celebrates African American history and culture throughout the decades. It's observed by the United States, Germany, Canada, the UK, and more. Our very own anchor Katori has more on this celebratory month.
It's Black History Month. I asked some HMHS students to give me their favorite black figure, and here's what they said.
Jackie Robinson. He was a very admirable person in baseball. He was like the first African American to ever play in Major League Baseball, and it's cool.
Harriet Tubman, because she helped a lot of black people escape from the Underground Railroad. W.E.B. Du Bois, because he basically, if you think about it, at the end of the day, all he really wanted was fair treatment for blacks and African Americans.
Morgan Freeman. As to why, I mean, he's black, he's has an amazing voice, dude. I mean, like, oh, the things I could do with that voice, man.
Kobe Bryant, because he persevered through a lot of things, and he's the greatest basketball player of all time.
Come through. I'll put you in the camera, too. Ready? My favorite black historical figure is Muhammad Ali. Thank you.
Kevin Hart. He's funny. He has some things that he says that's inspiring.
Okay, Rosa Parks is my favorite black historical figure because she decided not to give her seat up in a time where it was thought to be the rules or the law.
Martin Luther King Jr. because he persevered through a lot of things, and he also overcame people telling him that he couldn't do stuff and that his race was not okay.
Tupac Shakur. A lot of people might not view him maybe as a historical figure, but I feel like in terms of the history of at least music, and as an artist, as a rapper myself, I feel like Tupac completely was one of the pioneers, and a lot of the themes and the songs that he released, it wasn't just black people who were listening to it, it kind of got everyone to listen. So I feel like Tupac Shakur is a very important black figure in black history.
This has been Katoy Nichols from Code Blue News. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Tori. Now we have a message from administration. It is a reminder that food and beverages other than water are not allowed in the classrooms. It's understandable that students get hungry, but there are other safety concerns that apply. Please consider we have students and staff with allergies that can be life-threatening. Each year, we have had student or staff choke and require the Heimlich while in school, and food in the classroom attracts bugs and vermin. Please do not eat in the classroom.
Moving on, we have an announcement for the winner of a cameo on an episode in the personal segment. The winner, Allison Johnson, is here with her own small cameo.
Hi, I'm Allison Johnson, and this is Code Blue News. What's up? This is my friend Grace and Josie. Yes. And shout out to Michaela, Molly, Summer, and all my other friends I can't think of. Sophia, all my friends. And the third. Goodbye.
Thanks, Allison. Hopefully you have fun with your cameo.
The winner of the personal segment was Maya Rose. If you have ideas or still need help deciding on what you want your segment to be about, contact any of the CBN team and we will be happy to help.
We'd like to give a quick shout out to Chuck LaRossi. Have fun at your 49th birthday party.
Before we go, let's go to Nick Chaffee for the story on Single Awareness Day.
All right, hi guys. Today we're going to be talking about Singles Awareness Day. I mean Valentine's Day. And we're going to get a small group of you guys to just, talk about it. See what your thoughts are. Let's go. Okay, so what are your thoughts on that good old Singles Awareness Day?
The what?
It's called Valentine's Day.
Oh, I think it's horrible because I'm single and I've been single my whole life, and
You're literally only in 6th grade.
I'm actually in 7th grade.
Oh my gosh, oh my god. We're going over here. Do you like Valentine's Day?
No.
Are you single?
Yes.
You just got potential, man, you can do it.
I asked 6 people. They all said no.
Yeah, what's your favorite Valentine's Day candy?
I don't know. I don't have one.
Do you like the sweetheart hearts?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, those are.
Candy corn.
Boy, that is Halloween! Do you enjoy being single?
No.
This is sad that I actually guessed that correctly. Isn't it sad?
I'm not single.
All right, so Valentine's Day, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like it?
No.
You got a girl?
No.
A dude?
No.
Do you want either?
No.
Why?
Because I'm single. Real question is, are you single or taken?
Yes! What are you gonna be doing on Valentine's Day, man?
I'm gonna go home, eat a salad, and sleep.
Okay, but why a salad of all things? Why couldn't you just pick any other food? You could have picked a taco or something. Why a salad?
Vegetarian vibes, you know?
Oh, you've gone to the dark side, huh? Yeah, what are you gonna do with this complicated thing that you're doing?
I have work Friday, you know, at the movies. So, like, I could just tell anybody to come and go watch a movie or something. See, it is complicated, but I could have a few if I wanted to. Just kidding. Don't do that, guys. It's not good.
Don't do polygamy. That's only a thing I can do. So what are you doing on this grand old Valentine's Day? Is it going to be a movie for you? Is it going to be kind of like a little...
It actually is going to be a movie. I'm going to be binging Netflix all day.
So, I mean, like, you're just pirating movies at that point, man.
Well, I'm not.
Well, you are. So, let me ask you something. Valentine's Day. Singles Awareness Day. Do you want to be my Valentine?
That's a loaded question.
I got friend zoned.
That's not appropriate.
So, like, what's your favorite candy?
Crunch.
But what about from Valentine's Day?
Crunch.
What are you doing for Valentine's Day?
I'm not going to school.
Really?
Why?
I told you this. It's my dad's birthday.
Everyone wish him a happy birthday.
Bye, guys. See you next year. No, wait. See you later.
It was hard to find people to talk about Valentine's Day with, and, you know, it was okay, I guess. You know, people are going to be doing a lot of different things, going and watch a movie, sitting at home eating food. Maybe some of you guys will even go out on a date with you, so who knows. But for us singles, we'll just be at home eating food. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Nick. We would like to wish a very happy Valentine's Day to Nana Chad and would like to thank Savannah Sousa for making us an epic Code Blue custom play button. Before we go, we have 2 raffle pullings to do. First, we're going to do the AirPod drawing.
Dominic Costa.
Wow, what a coincidence.
Wow. Now Principal Steven is here to pull some names for the Teachers Winter Challenge.
Good morning, Holbrook Middle High School. Our teachers were challenged to try something new in the Winter Challenge. And so I have here the name of all the teachers that submitted on the Google Classroom. And I'm going to dig deep, find one. And let's see, it is Miss Laprise. Congratulations, you can come down to the office a little later and pick up your gift card. Thank you.
That wraps it up for this week on Code Blue News. I'm Katori Nicholas.
And I'm Dominic Costa. Have a great vacation, especially the students and staff traveling to Ecuador. Enjoy your trip and safe travels. See you all when we come back.